And welcome back, friends old and new. Deis Ferrous here, continuing our romp through Traveling the Infinite Museum. When last we left off, we successfully entered the museum after a fight with a Necron Chronomancer. We met I believe his name was Zoraya. Whoa, don't know why my camera's all the way over there. We met a Blood Angel Death Watch who was captured by Drazen called Zoriel, I want to say. We freed him from becoming a part of the museum. Oh, hello. We freed him from becoming part of the museum, but he did not accompany us for some reason. That I must just be too dense to figure out, because he just didn't want to accompany us for some reason. The tall creature resembles a human only remotely. Held upright on the metal tentacles that serve as its legs, it stares at you with a single eye that glows dimly in the gloom. Finally, one of the creature's limbs extends in a lofty gesture, after which perfectly intelligible words in low Gothic pour forth from the narrow slit that crosses its face where its mouth is. I offer my greetings to you in the galleries of the Great Museum, visitor. The Xenos' pronunciation and word stress are flawless, but the tone is devoid of humanity. I wish to know your name. Who are you? I am Chronomancer Amatek the Faithful, vassal of the Nihilok dynasty, one of the wardens of the Museum. He gives you an indifferent look, but you can still feel the contempt it carries. It is my duty to maintain the exhibits to the fullest extent possible, safeguarding them from encroachment. I saw things similar in appearance to you at the entrance to this place. A pejorative definition is semantically inappropriate in your utterance, primitive creature. The metal plate replacing the Xenos' face shows no emotion, but you read displeasure in the movements of his many limbs. You have indeed beheld the warden to whom the Infinite has entrusted the protection of the outer gates of the Museum. The Museum? What is this place? This vault of rarities belongs to Trazen the Infinite, preserver of histories, archaeovist of the Solemnis Grace Galleries. A multitude of historical artifacts that have been deemed worthy of the Overlord's attention are gathered here at his will. The hall you see now contains remarkable artifacts from the Corona's expanse. He collects titles too, as well as everything else. Lord Captain, let's add to the list of his credentials: ashes at the feet of the Imperium, stripped of trophies, cleansed by fire, and witness to the power of the Holy Throne. The Sister of Battle grips her weapon with such force as though she were holding back a ferocious dog lunging toward prey. There are other halls? Countless more. Some contain artifacts from the furthest reaches of the galaxy. Others serve as transcendent dungeons for beings of unfathomable power who once drank the stars dry. Access to them is denied to you as it is to other specimens of inferior races. I'm seeking the Crimson Dance of Cain. Is it here? There is an object by that name among the exhibits in this gallery. It is located just beyond the historical diorama in the center of the room. The, the one dedicated to the primitive who once stole that same object. The polyhedrons hovering above the chronomancer's head shimmer and rotate to the rhythm of his measured speech. I've heard all I wish to know. The Necron says nothing, in no hurry to dignify you with further conversation. Let me pass, and no one will be harmed. The Necron holds out a hand with a staff clutched in it in front of him. The Necron holds out a hand with a staff clutched in it in front of him, more warning than threatening. Visitor, you are of an inferior race. As warden, it is my duty to bar entry to any who might damage the exhibit. I've no intention of damaging anything. I give you my word. You will go no further, primitive creature. The Necron's weapon swings sharply, but not in your direction. It is aimed at the guardsman. Your existence ends here. The tip of the staff flashes, and a cascade of green sparks passes over the bodies of the captive fighters, bending them to the Xenos' malevolent will. After gracing you with one last disinterested glance, the warden phases out of reality in a flare of green light. The Krieg soldiers spring into motion, turning their faces covered by rebreathers in your direction, and raising their lasguns. Oh, well then. That's just kind of fucking rude. That's just rude. Krieg officer, Krieg flamer, Krieg grenadier. Infantry's in the back. Krieg commissar. Got snipers, quartermaster, infantry. Oh, they got a tarantula sentry gun. That doesn't look promising. I said, oh, they have a tarantula sentry gun as if I knew what the fuck that meant, but like, as if I knew that's like a powerful weapon or some shit. I don't. I'm gonna get everyone right up front so they can grab a gas mask immediately. Anzu, if you would kindly move over a little bit. Thought it'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay, equip a gas mask. I feel like I'm gonna need, considering that's right there, I feel like I'm gonna need that against Kriegsman and the Grenadiers.
Isn't this a job for the serf?
I'm gonna get you going, I think. Gonna give that to Argenta. And Ulfar, let's get you moving. I'll move you here. Can I kick these guys? Yes, I can. Bap. Pop confident approach real quickly. Flamer. Oh, that's kind of poopy.
So it shall
Can I get both of you? Wow, that was horrible. That could have gone a lot better. We got gas masks there. Okay, we got a couple of gas mask stations, it seems.
I hunger for battle.
Move there. We're gonna need a running gun, I suppose. Let's do that.
I will carve runes out of your bones.
Cool. Let's charge this guy.
How the wolf succeed. Die in disgrace.
Cool. Taking that free hit, that's fine. Yeah, and we'll stay there, Ulfard. Let's move. Can I give? No. Because I'll give you that buff.
The navigator is coming.
Not that it would have made a huge difference, but it's good to have. Up the front line.
I'm not accustomed
There.
to being ordered around.
Give myself some cover.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I think what I'll actually do is, if I can,
Me?
set that
You
up for
insist, Lord
Argenta, I
Captain?
think. Pistol. Well, might as well
Isn't
take a
this job
shot.
for the serfs?
Not that I really have much chance, but you know, might as well. Pascal. Oh, you can't take a gas mask. There's only one person can take a gas mask at a time. That's fine. Pascal here. Do that.
Approved.
Scan you.
The Elder Sire.
Blast. Cool. Let's do this. Well, that's too far. Yeah, that makes sense actually. That's fair. Let's try to take out the engineer. Worth a shot. Move there. Get the gas mask. Hop back. Mag dump these guys. We'll do that. Hunt down prey on a couple. Yeah, we got a commissar there. I want to get the commissar, that's for sure.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Deer. That guy
without
is
deeds
right
is
there.
worthless.
Might as well. And then we will just mag dump this way. Okay, that's fine.
I'll do it.
Think you.
In thy light I
that.
stand, and thy light I crave.
Re-up that.
Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen. I'll do it.
Now we're gonna ignore that guy. Bunk.
As the Emperor commands, this is why I was
So
chosen.
close. What are you at? 5. Ah.
Doubt is for the weak.
Bunk. We got like 7 more shots to make. Let's get rid of the commissar. That'd be really good to get rid of the commissar.
As the Emperor commands, this is why I was chosen.
Donk.
I'll do it. You, my Emperor.
And
As the
finish him.
Emperor commands, this is why I was chosen.
Wow, you're still standing?
You, my Emperor.
Oh no, you just can't die. Let's go my dying breath. Up squad, the officers on the line. Okay, so you're gonna stay alive till you complete a turn. You can do that, I suppose.
Faith without deeds is...
So close. Alright, that's our Jen's attack. She's unfortunately... Oh, I can get her in cover, actually.
Follow my lead.
Oh, hey, there's another one of you.
Not injured. I'm enraged.
Dink.
Yeah.
let us move over here. Let's see. Can I do?
Not my specialty.
it's like-
Forge ahead!
No one's really lined up well for Anzu. That's what kind of sucks. Like, I do love Anzu, but the whole thing of like trying to get enemies to hit each other is not great. Because they're so rarely lined up for it.
Not a problem for me.
Boop. Finish him off.
Nothing I can't do.
Yeesh, not great damage. Okay, let's see.
Absolutely
No,
not.
sight beams. Okay.
Suits
There
my
you go,
purposes.
Pascal. I guess I'll raise Pascal's
too
resolve. If I do have the action
Already
point.
done.
That's not what I meant to do. I messed up. Oopsie poopsie. I misclicked. Okay. I think bro just executed his own dude there.
Stay vigilant.
Gas grenade.
Endure.
Argenta's just getting chipped down, dude.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Let's see. Go here.
My place is at the fort.
That. Babel just got stuck running in place for a second there.
At your beck and call.
Dur.
Indeed.
You. Take a step back.
Tried and tested
Charge.
tactics are the best ones. Target well
Lap.
I took care of this one.
Why is it only zapping on TV? He's pretty close. He's right there. Okay, he's down.
No matter the cost.
Let's go, Adelaide.
A tactically sound approach.
Just gonna keep moving. Got him. Go down. Hop up here.
Victory is imminent.
I should jump to a couple of them. Yeah, look at that.
It will be done. One fewer target.
Cool.
I took care of this one.
Cool. Step up.
I will do my duty.
Wonk. Shield bash. Awesome. We got the two snipers there, and those guys, and that guy there. Let's deal with the sniper, I think. The
At
snipers,
your
I
beck and
think.
call. An exemplary strike. By the blood,
Bap.
holy cow. Sorcery.
Zip forward.
I've seen worse battles than this in my
God,
time.
the free shield bash is so clutch. Oh, look at that. He's got some Necrons on display too over here. That's cool, dude. Taunting scream. Witness me. See. The Creek Commissar goes last, that's fine. Move there, we will
He's on the
Rebel
hunt.
Slaughter. We will do Concentrated Fire.
So it shall be.
Sure.
Feel the icy bite of death!
Right
Corpse
gun.
clay! Wolves
Again.
ray! My hand is thunder!
Then,
My strike is ruin! By claw and fang, the foe will be torn asunder!
so close. Get
I
kicked.
challenge you!
Get kicked because I find it funny. He's technically still alive at one. You know what? I forgot about Reckless Rush. That would have actually been really nice. Do
See
that.
how the wolf succeeds!
I didn't realize how much stuff
Wolves red!
what is he, the Arch-Militant? Yeah, the Arch-Militant has it, lets him just get extra attacks.
I will carve runes out of your bones!
In the name of House
Here you
Orcelian,
go.
I shall prevail.
Hey buddy, how's your health
Our
care?
foes reek of cowardice.
I imagine not great.
I have become
Burn.
the All-Father's worthy instrument!
Hop over here.
So shall it be. My hand is thunder. My strike is ruin.
And cook him.
Die in disgrace.
That
Whose
was
innards may
insulting.
take leave of their gut.
I'm sorry, dear
I
Kriegsman.
won't tolerate weakness.
You deserve the better fate, brave heroes of the Imperium. Hotshot Lasgun. Great Code of Krieg. It gains plus 10 willpower and 10% dodge while in cover. Death World characters gain 20 willpower and 20 dodge while in cover instead. That's alright. Gas Mask of Krieg. Stack of Salvation and Death. Each stack of this effect grants plus 10% damage, plus 10% armor, and plus 10% crit chance. It's not bad. I imagine that's a lot better on the higher difficulties. Another crudely carved arrow made of a few sweeping strokes.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
What is this? Interesting. I'm of course gonna go fuck off and explore the opposite direction first. Activate the platform. How do we move to this? Oh, interesting. Oh, that's a dead end there. Okay, well let's see what's this way before we load a new zone. Another platform with frozen silhouettes is visible on the other side of the chasm, but it's impossible to reach. No, I feel like with the fucking Space Wolf, you could just casually toss the rest of us over. Another crudely drawn arrow. Activate the platform. Plunder the exhibit. Trazen, keeper of the collection. The remnants of exhibits I acquired in this stellar region, but which have not been distributed among the other displays. Someday I must find an opportunity to deal with them. Although the significance of this section is so minor that I find the usefulness of such task to be highly questionable. Examine the strange device. Took it from the ship of a rogue trader who had no idea of the value of the object that had fallen into his hands as part of a routine transaction. I am still determined. I am still to determine the provenance of this intriguing device known as the brass prism when I find the time. Look at the body. Capable of guiding their crude ships through the warp. This particular exemplar named Abenicus Benetek was able to theorize the potential existence of a route to this sector. Alas, I was unable to acquire a live specimen, so I contented myself with the remains. The Mad Navigator! Cassia covers her mouth with her hands, as if embarrassed by her own outcry. I've read about him and his research. Though he was deemed a madman, it was his theorizing that led to the search for and discovery of a safe route between the Calixis sector and the Coronis expanse. Turn to the helm of the Imperial vessel. Despite the unsophisticated nature of both its own construction and its crew, the Spear of Tarsus was able to gain a region hitherto presumed beyond their reach. Obviously, this was in great measure the whim of the warp storms that had distorted space and time. Step away. Interesting. Plunder the exhibit, I suppose. Benetek's Rest. Deranged writing has been roughly carved all over the surface of the staff. Enemies suffer damage from the Navigator, also gain damage over time effect that deals damage to them at the end of their turn until the end of combat. Damage is equal to 20% of all damage they have suffered from the Navigator. Devastating 10. The first use of an attacking Navigator power per turn does not set the power on cooldown. It does not count towards the attack limit per turn. The second use of this power, or the use of a different attacking Navigator power on the same turn, deals an additional plus 10 damage to all targets and 10 direct damage to the Navigator. Cascading 6. Enemies targeted by the Navigator's powers suffer a -6 penalty to all their characteristics until the end of the Navigator's turn. This penalty stacks is prolonged to the Navigator's next turn every time it stacks. Plus 25 willpower and perception, -15 toughness. Honestly, I'm yoinking that for sure. Hey Cass, you want to use an artifact staff? Astronomican Regalia, is this worth it? Hey, that's a good jump to willpower and perception. Infusing, devastating. Castigating. Nah, because I have a very support orient, so the Astronomican Regalia is actually better for her. I do wish. Oh, before I forget, let me give you this sword, which has a lot more armor pen. Yeah, I know that you can make Cassia basically just like a walking nuke. I just didn't know about that at all when I first started. I still don't really know how to do that build, but I'll probably figure it out in some personal playthrough. Phase of protection is also used to perform attacks. That's pretty neat, honestly. A Space Wolf with a Xenophage sword does look pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, got that.
Victory awaits.
Well, that's where our great grandpappy wants us to go. So we're gonna go down this way, I think. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's downstairs. So yeah, we will go down first. And then snag the loot. What is it? Oh, that's just my servo skill. With a little glitch. Loot? Mars pattern combat shotgun, kinetic reflector mark Vanguard. Shield quest. Oh, it's not bad. 15% dodge and parry. I might throw that on Abelard, honestly. That'd be pretty good for him. Also, not sure how much Abelard would like to be modified, augmented.
Follow my lead.
Alright, let's see. Make our way over here. We head down over here. Yeah, this is a lot more shit going on this end. Please don't unfreeze the Helldrake. That'll be rather problematic. This foul creation radiates palpable heat. The air near the leering mouth is searingly hot. Yeah, dude, that's a fucking
I
Helldrake
won't
they just got
tolerate
hanging out.
weakness.
The arrow carved into the floor point towards the servants of the ruinous powers. So we'll go down this way first. Hello. Yeah, that's the Gene Stealer cult we saw before. Great platform. Imagine I just bring something up to make a bridge. Yeah. Cool. Ritobi pattern multi-melta. Ooh, nice. Long range combat sensors. Manipulous. +2 range attack steel bonus. I'm pretty sure this is also exclusive to Eogon. Man, it does bother me how many implants are exclusive to Eogon. But what can you do, honestly? We'll still take both of these. Those are both very nice.
Join me in prayer.
You have a heavy flamer.
It's about time.
I was considering giving you the multi-melta, but eh. Song of Lu-Nasad. An ancient Xenos weapon crafted with breathtaking skill. I don't really have any Xenos weapon users. Yeah, there's another. The living weapon of an ancient foe, lost to timelessness. This region of the void rarely attracts Aldari, which is why the display is incomplete. Other sections of the museum contain more interesting exhibits from this civilization, but I managed to find a few interesting pieces in this backwater as well. Oh, you know what? I forgot to read one of these back at the first drop down. We got the boot augmetic for Abelard. I forgot to read the Trasm one there. I might run back for that. Inspect the empty pedestal. Nocturne of Oblivion. A solitaire from a group of Aldari belonging to the Harlequin subspecies. Solitaires are extremely rare, but I managed to capture this piece after multiple attempts. Cassia stares at the empty podium, struggling to see what the vision just described, but she trails off, lapsing into confused silence. It appears that Xenos has not personally checked his collection in some time. Abelard grins into his mustache, visibly pleased he has caught the enemy of humanity in this oversight. Look at the Aldari warrior. A band of Aldari corsairs called the Crow Spirits. Unusually aggressive for their species. My working theory is that belonging to the craft world Lu-Nasad, which perished in this sector of the void, has affected their mental structures and resulted in this altered behavior. View the mysterious construction. I recovered this exhibit from one of the most inaccessible regions of this sector. Only a molecular stasis field allowed me to stabilize the remains of the ancient craft world Lu-Nasad. Step away. Oh, they can plunder that. Blade shard. Apparently unimpressive. Deep longing and uncontrollable hatred seems to emanate from the mysterious milky white shard.
None shall stand in my way.
You know what? That might actually have... Oh, it's on my ship, though. Oh, I just know... Oh! Neat! No, I love the commissar hat. I could go hairless. Davlo looks so much better like this, honestly. Base outfit headway. God, I didn't know. I don't know why I never thought to check that tab. This is amazing. We ball with that. That's for sure. I remember way back originally, I'm like, damn, there isn't like a toggle for the helmet. But apparently, I was just wrong. Pascal gets in there. That's fine for him. Like, honestly, that doesn't work for Cassia, but I do love the gold. That just fits her a lot better. Yeah, I've had gloves on her so long, I forgot that she actually does have like a custom hand model. Putting the gloves on does actually shorten her hands. Oh, headwear, that's fine. I'll definitely keep the cape on. That looks great. That looks beautiful for her. Doesn't have a helmet, so that doesn't matter. Argenta's set. I got all the Sororitas stuff on her. I actually really fuck with how she looks. Like, I think I might do the gloves. Oh, it's about the same. I should like the gloves on. Or normal boots. No, I actually like her default boots better. But she looks like a proper Sororitas, like armored Sororitas like this. Yeah, those boots look better in my opinion. Helmet off for the Space Wolf 100%. You keep that on. I like the Space Wolf symbol on there. I'm really just taking the helmet off for Ulfar. Sorry, got a little distracted there.
A new challenge for me?
Like, I just noticed that I could do that. You know, like 60 episodes in, like 60 streams in, I finally was, oh, that's how you can like kind of customize how the armor looks on everybody. That's cool. Hold on, I gotta run back over here because I'm pretty sure... Oh, there isn't a Traz in here. I thought I just missed it. I'm a goober. Excuse
I'll
me.
lay claim to the stars.
I guess we have to loop around for that. Okay, let's hop back down. Apologies for the waste of time. I will probably do the outfit thing with everyone when they join my party. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as your eyes fall upon this abomination, barely audible frantic murmurs come from deep within. Don't like that. Ascendance. This sword's handle is crowned with a gilded eagle, and its hilt is adorned with the weapon's name in High Gothic. Plus 10% critical hit chance, plus 25% critical hit damage. Neat. Scourge of Xenos. The chainsword is covered in scrapes and notches, the marks of years of faithful service to its former owner. I think it's just the same thing. Really, that's Xenos Scourge, if you ask me. 30 armor pen, 30 armor pen. What was the chainsword that you had before? Starties. So those chainswords are pretty much the same thing as his old one, 25 to 45. Okay, no, slightly higher base damage and more armor pen. But I think I will keep him with the Xenophase sword for now, at least. I can give him the multi-melt if I wanted to. The very gaze of these warped, twisted creatures seems to exude pestilence.
Follow my lead.
Hey, big guy, that's a Terminator. Cursed Apocryph. A thick volume bound in time-darkened human skin, covered by unholy runes. Oh, I just noticed that that's unavailable, so I probably can... Where's the bone shard? That seems to just be missing. Interesting. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, before I forget, let's real quickly re-equip everyone with some more grenades. It's good to just have those on. Because there's no reason not to. Because some people are missing a couple of grenades. Okay, there we go. Cool.
Victory awaits.
Oh, hello. The demonic machine sits motionless, surrounded by worshipping heretics. It is silent, but it reeks of hatred. Platform activate over there, and a platform activate over here. Well, that's where it wants us to go. The hurriedly etched arrow speaks of Siberian's haste. Let's go this way first. Thank you, Ulfad. Oop.
Yes.
None shall stand in my way.
What is over here? Interesting. Interesting. I see. Now that doesn't have any connection. If I go like that, that does have connection. Okay, everyone step back. Pascal, you're the smart one. Connects down to both of those. That's not gonna have any connection. You get it there and those two places. That has to be like that. It doesn't help. It gets a connection, but not into there. Let's see. If I can rotate that like that and have that connection. Now that has a connection, but now that's a dead end. Try doing that. No, that would be a dead end. If I rotate... Oh, that is still connected, actually. So I could do... that. Move that like that. Oh, that doesn't connect? Oh, yeah. Oof. That connection, I could do... That doesn't help at all, though. Do need that. Yeah. Do need that connection. Okay, let's try to work a bit backwards. So let's do... Oh, that gave... That also has power. Okay, so that can go like that. Can go like that. Oops. That gets a connection now. You need to be connected some way, somehow. That. Those are if I do that one twice, that should connect all three, right? Yeah, I'm a genius. Solve the puzzle of the museum. Vandal. 1.2% of players. 3 haywire grenades and cerebral inverter Mark Hunter. Against prey. That's alright. But we got it, so you know
It's
what? We
about
ball. Is that it? Could have sworn there was something else that way, but you know what? We ball. Let's go. I'm proud of myself for that. Okay, let's see. What'd you leave for me, Siberian? Debate platform, thank you. I clicked that, I went for a drink, and I'm mid-drink, and I see that I didn't actually hit the button. I'm like, oh, guys, come on. Now we're just standing there. That's supposed to hide me getting a drink. Interesting. Under the exhibit. Mercy Lost and Rancor. The predatory silhouette of this blade reveals its creator to be connoisseurs of first-class weapons and the exquisite suffering they can inflict. Interesting. 31 to 41 damage and 12 toxin. Rancor. This strangely shaped weapon, decorated with exquisite carvings, is clearly the work of Xenos' hands. Interesting.
I won't tolerate weakness.
That's an elegant pose you got going on there. Big cat monster thing. Hello. Grisly-looking implants gleam coldly in the homunculus' chest. That is a homunculus. Interesting. What are you? How can you tell me I can't ask what that is? The banners of the 3 great dynasties look like hostages here. I'm pretty sure this one's Valancius in the middle. Yeah, this Corda. Yeah, Valancius. I am understanding how to read. The Winter Scale. Interesting. A few pages torn from the diary are covered in hurried lines of low Gothic. Info. Excerpts from the Journal of Sebastian Versarian. Covered in dense scripts and cryptic sketches, the pages are on the verge of crumbling from old age. The wearer automatically passes any coercion tests. Interesting. I don't think I really need that because my conversion's 196, but that's good to
A new
have.
challenge for me?
Excuse me. Von Valanci's palace? Huh? Curious. Dargonis exhibit? Huh? My curiosity is piqued. Oh, I can't move here. Is this the Battle of Dargonis with the Drukhari? Do you record this? Captain has discovered ancient marks left by his legendary ancestor. Enter the palace diorama. A certificate bestowing a noble title on Isomond Sarbak, authenticated by 2 seals. A backpack power unit emblazoned with fleur-de-lis, the symbol of the Adeptus Sororitas. A letter with a neatly opened wax seal adorned with the Imperial Aquila. A skillfully crafted mechadendroid of unknown construction. A ceremonial cloak in the colors of the Von Valancius dynasty. Completed a request form to the Department Munitorum for the requisition of military forces signed by Siberian von Valancius. Oh my, all this is loot. Juvena von Valancius Decree number 3849-90-12. I, Juvena von Valancius, exercising the rights granted to me by the warrant in accordance with Law 8913-4-12-4 of the 6213th volume of the Lex Dargonis, by decree this day, hereby bestow a title of nobility upon Isomond Sarabak and all his lawful heirs until the end of the age. May they serve faithfully and not disgrace the honor of their lords. Interesting. Letter from A. Only the last part of the letter has survived. And so, Siberian, cast aside your doubts and act without hesitation. And I beg you, forget that you are a rogue traitor, if only for today. Exercise the caution of us mere mortals and destroy this letter immediately. Otherwise, by the Holy Throne, I will have to assign an acolyte to clean up your tracks, Amela. Interesting. Exalt 117's custom mechadendrite. The mechadendrite screams of tech heresy. Its entire design is a crime of innovation and a desecration of the sacred schematics of Mars. Magne Accessio Ceremonial Mantle. Grants +5 fellowship for each enemy in a 2-cell radius. Is that the same thing as the Rogue Trader's Cloak? Pretty much. Accessio Ceremonial Mantle. Yeah. Is there even like a difference between the two? Ceremonial Mantle, blue. Rogue Trader's Cloak. It's the same cloak. Radius. Team based on fellowship. Yeah, that's still arguably better for me. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. But okay. Doubled. Like, that's alright, I guess. Like, good to have it, but it's just a duplicate of what we already have, which is the funny thing. Even at first glance, you notice many differences between this giant exhibit and the real palace on Dargonis. This collection was assembled to receive an individual who dared challenge... Sorry, my throat's getting really dry today. I don't know why my throat is getting so dry this stream. This collection was assembled to receive an individual who dared to challenge me as I was hunting for a certain precious artifact. Rogue trader Siberian von Valancius. It was his unusual conceit that earned him the chance to be forever preserved in history. After brief consideration, I made him the centerpiece of a dedicated exhibit, capturing the siege of a planet over which he once ruled. The human name for this planet is Dargonis. Reflect on the historical significance of the depicted event. Infinitesimal on the scale of the galaxy, yet substantial for this star cluster. The chronostructure of humanity in this region was, to a great extent, determined by this specific historical episode. Think about the artifact. A blade of Aldari creation, dubbed the Crimson Dance of Cain. A relic from an epoch before the fall of that flawed species. It has historical value, not that a primitive human could perceive it. No, Siberian was driven more by his vanity and desire to oppose his masters. Look around for any sign of Siberian himself. Siberian von Valancius has taken his proper place in the exhibit, showing the events on Dargonis. Displayed here is a collection of items bearing some connection to the individual. Step away.
Victory awaits.
Go down to the exhibit, I guess. I have a feeling we're going to be fighting our way through the exhibit. Wow. There's my bird. Open. I have a feeling we're going to be fighting our way through the exhibit,
I'll
aren't
lay
we?
claim to the stars.
If any Xenos filth on you, I will find it. Just your battle. Got a lot of people over there. Inquisition soldier, sister of battle. Oh, I see that guy's blocking me.
Follow my lead.
It's like I vaguely recognize some of this, but like it's just a little off. Which does make sense considering what we were told by Trazen. Or I guess what we noticed. Yeah, but we noticed, not what we were told by Trazen, my bad. Siberian von Valancius, I Inquisitor Diodos of Iram. Iraman, name myself your executioner. Let this heretic who bowed down before the Xenos abomination be consigned to the flames. The sentence is binding, the seal is set, for the glory of the God Emperor. Yeesh. So is Siberian just living a repeat of his last days? That's what it sounded like. There's like a soft reset here. Yeah, then it soft resets. It soft resets to the start of the scene. Everything's fixed up. The sentence read out by the Inquisitor to your ancestor still rings in your ears. To find Siberian von Valancius alive mere moments before his execution was a foul Xenos joke. Everything you've seen here seems designed to mock you, including the fact that you're back where you started, as though a disgruntled host had tossed you out the door like unwanted guests. You are certain there is not a single mention of an open confrontation between Siberian and the Inquisition in the official chronicles of the Von Valancius dynasty. Meticulously preserved by historiators, the dynastic chronicles tell of the siege of Dargonis by the united forces of the Sinai pirate clan, which was one of the primary threats in the expanse in that period. When you share your conclusions with the Seneschal, he nods. I agree, your lordship. I have had cause to read a good many scrolls from the dynastic archives in the course of my duties, and there was never any mention of Siberian's heretical tendencies. Ooh. Saving. What is... Temporal causal calculator? The calculator has captured a strange glyph etched into the Xeno obelisk. Their meaning eludes the human mind, but even cursory analysis shows that the symbols mark certain events destined to occur within the gargantuan exhibit, and that they can be used to calculate the time until these inevitable occurrences. Interesting.
Operation successful.
The barrier is so powerful that it can withstand a direct hit from a tank shell. You do not want to be here when that happens. I assume that's what it says at least. Sergeant Zarkov? The path is blocked by a military cordon. You stop at a respectful distance, a reasonable response to the rifle muzzles pointed at your chest, by way of welcome. Your gaze slides over the faces. Their expressions are so eerily similar. They must have been issued along with the uniforms. Serving in the Astra Militarum brings with it insomnia, a stomach for slaughter, and a touch of hopelessness. You can tell who is in charge even before he speaks, and not by the big fellow's insignia, but by the crushing weight of his stare. Sergeant Prenek Zarkov, wherever you are, my lord, I advise you to recognize the present circumstances and come to the only right decision. This is no place for a stroll. Would you care to explain why the palace is surrounded by soldiers? Did you crawl out of the cave or something? Dargonis is under attack. The enemy claims to be acting in the name of... The sergeant falters, beads of sweat gathering on his brow. After several painful seconds, he forces himself to continue. In the name of the Inquisition. The 32nd has been guarding the gates here for days now. He furrows his bushy eyebrows. Your question has rubbed him the wrong way. I don't give briefings. That's not why I was deployed here. Move along before you're mistaken for spies. All expected reinforcements are in the cogitator log. There's nothing there about you. The sergeant nods at the panel nearby. I'm as perplexed as you by what is going on, but in order to find answers, I must go inside. Listen well, shooting madmen is a wretched business. If I have to do it, I will. The sergeant makes a point of adjusting the heavy weapon on his shoulder, which clanks menacingly. Spill your gibberish elsewhere. I'm Diodos of Iramon, and I demand a private meeting with Siberian. The sergeant freezes instinctively, as do the soldiers under his command. He stares at you, biting his lip, and in the stretching silence, you can practically hear Zarkov's thoughts turn heavily in his head. At last, he breathes a loud sigh. Time to trick me, are you? You want to be taken to his lordship? That can be arranged in the proper fashion. In the name of Von Valancius, soldiers, to arms! Oh well then.
Your cries of mercy.
Aren't you guys just lovely? Okay, I guess we're doing this the hard way. So let's get you there. Ulfa, we're just gonna drop you straight in the middle there. Abelard here. Scal, I guess hang back. They'll also hang back. Let's see. Let's get the line set up real quick.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
2 in right away. Backline, I'll throw on
If I
us.
may.
Rear, I'll throw over
Isn't
here.
this a job for the serfs?
Stratagem should not be there, should be there. Let's give
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
buffs on Abelard because we love our boy.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain. I
Go,
am a
Argenta.
navigator, not a servitor. Me. If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for
That-
the serfs?
Abelard can come over here. Favorite
Follow
for
my lead.
this guy. Pop it in dirt. Follow
Victory
my
is imminent.
lead. Whack this guy.
I took care of this one.
Ow. Wrap us up for now.
That is foolishness. Me.
That is
If you insist,
foolishness.
Lord Captain.
Really? Dread there.
It will be done. Grey
Him.
hair, sure hair.
Don't frighten
Reduce
me.
the dust.
Ow.
I will do my duty.
Sorry, so you're just kind of making this difficult for everyone, so...
At your beck and call.
If it's gonna keep giving me
We'll rule the
the charges,
stars
I'm gonna just keep
themselves.
taking them. We're just gonna keep
What?
bashing
You
away.
have done it. Indeed.
Whap.
I took care of this one.
We're
My
just
place
gonna
is at the
keep
fore.
bapping away.
Fewer targets.
God, I love Abelard. Look at this shit. This is
Reduce
dirty.
the dust.
I'll go here instead. I'll just beat up on the turret, 'cause the
That's
turret
actually
will
sound
jump
of-
over and hit the engineer. The Zap will jump over to the engineer, and that should take care of him. See? Big
Beware,
brains.
foul
Holy
sorcery.
powers of the arch enemy.
Who's left? It's just this guy.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Fucking violent.
One fewer target.
You bite like a palm.
Sometimes
You
we consult
bite
the
like
appropriate
a palm.
treaties on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
Based Abelard. Sometimes you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day. The black, uneven plasma burns stand out starkly on the paving stones of the outer courtyard. Judging by the blood and suit marks, the body was dragged and thrown off the cliff. Cliff? Oh, I see. A heavy ring is fused into the stone. On the part that was spared by the plasma, the coat of arms of House Kaplak is barely visible.
It's about time.
Like, I wonder if things... I can't tell if that is actively moving. If the, calculator thing is actively moving or not. Because it might just be really slow. The triumphal arch at which you made your Magne Accessio speech should be here, but instead there's a monument to the House von Valancius.
Let us see what I found.
Centuries of service and practice.
Deadshot stub revolver. Frag grenade Mark 6. It's alright. The grenades still do just kind of feel weak, I'm not gonna lie. I could have sworn they gave him a buff in one of the recent updates.
A new
Just to scale
challenge
with
for me?
demolition, but like they do just still feel pretty weak when you look at the numbers. I think the few times I've used them, they haven't really had a lot of oomph either. Expected reinforcements. House Drivestem Regiment. Arrived in full. 2nd Merov Battalion. Arrived in full. House Kaplak Army. Delayed. Interesting. Let's push our way up, I suppose.
None shall stand in my way.
Big door. The gates of the palace look impregnable, but as you approach, hydraulic bolts hiss open, sliding into the walls. Greetings, friends. We come in peace. Oh, you look like you've been through some shit, buddy. What the fuck? 3 nobles, accompanied by enforcers, come out to meet you. They are led by a man wearing a uniform in Von Valancia's colors. There's something vaguely familiar about the intact portion of his face. The rest of the stranger's flesh has been replaced with implants that have turned him into a macabre semblance of himself. The nobleman narrows his organic eyes in suspicion, its cerulean blue hiding beneath its dark lashes. You hear the hiss of servo motors and the creak of metal against metal as he casually rests his augmented fingers on the hilt of his sword, which is clearly of Xena's origin. The realization strikes you instantly. That is the sword you saw in the portrait of Siberian von Valancius, the one on board the flagship. Your deeds have brought me to the doors of this palace, Siberian. I've been following your trail for some time. You massacre an outpost of Moravians, and then boldly present yourself at the gates of my palace. I would admire your reckless valor if you weren't so impudent. What madness compels such agents of the Golden Throne, I cannot fathom, but you shall not get what you came for. The voice coming from the Vox grill sounds weary. Siberian's bionic eye whirs as it focuses on Ulfar, and the rogue trader's voice sounds almost reverent. I was not aware that Diodas had managed to secure the support of the God Emperor's angels. However, even faced with his angel, I cannot forsake the duties placed upon me by the Warrens. I see the esteemed members of the Adeptus Mechanicus did not refuse to abet the Vigilante Af Iraman. How could you turn to him after all the privileges I've showered upon the servants of the Omnisaya? The rogue trader's bionic eye lights with red fire, and even his mechanized voice cannot hide his bitterness. You. Siberian abruptly falls silent. The wrinkles around his organic eyes smooth out. When his gaze slides over your companions and comes to rest on you, there's not even a flicker of his past feeling in it, only the haughty coldness with which he met you for the first time. It is a sad state of affairs when loyal servants of the God Emperor are forced to fight one another like hounds at the whim of a cruel master. You do, in fact, hear regret in Siberian's voice as his fingers close around the hilt of his weapon with a metallic clang. And your master is truly cruel. Wait, you have misunderstood. I don't serve the Inquisition at all. Father, Inquisitor Af Idamon is no fool. I do not believe these lunatics serve him. We should give them a chance to explain themselves. Only the color of the woman's eyes betray the kinship between her and the half-mechanical monster beside her. Siberian says nothing for quite some time. Finally, he squares his shoulders slightly. You hear the quiet grinding of augments. Quite right, Juvenna. Where are my manners? The rogue trader turns to you and nods graciously, not removing his hand from his weapon. Esteemed strangers, you may introduce yourselves before I call you to account. Lord Captain, I'm a loyal servant of House Kaplak, your lordship, and I've come to your aid. House Kaplak, if what you say is true, your noble title does not exonerate you of your transgression. Still, I fear the intervention of a handful of vassals is not enough to turn the tide of battle. He shakes his head as if to ward off some hallucination. It does not matter. Though your intentions may have been honorable, the defenders of my palace fell by your hand. There can be no excuse for that. My lord, the Moravians mistook us for the enemy, and were the first to open fire. Siberian pinches the bridge of his nose and closes his organic eye. You suddenly see the exhausted man underneath all the augmetics. Fine, let these fools pass. Laria, dearest, find these idlers something useful to do. And make sure they do not repeat their stunts from earlier. I won't be answerable for my actions. Interesting. As Siberian and his retinue move further into the courtyard, the seneschal bars your way. Her attire is austere and practical, as is the look she gives you. When she speaks, everything, her facial expressions, her voice, her bearing, starkly reminds you of Theodore's fugitive master of whispers. I'm Laria Borgvir, seneschal and close ally of Siberian von Valancius. My father, I mean the Lord Captain, likes taking risks. I do not. Until you prove yourself to my satisfaction, I will be keeping my eye on you. The Lord Captain was expecting an army, but only you arrived. Let me guess. I'm about to hear some bad news. Though her words sound like a question, there's only weary resignation in them. I thought the reinforcements were already here. I, too, would like to know what happened to them. That is unfortunate. Her eyebrows knit together as she frowned. Unfortunate that, thus far, we've been forced to rely on the Drive Stem's forces. Based on your meager information, I assume you are not the one leading the troops, but the fate of the reinforcements and your kinsmen should concern you as much as it does me. Look for any clues, check out the outpost, and ask the Moravians. I will speak plainly. Right now, making yourself useful is more important than making excuses. Tell me everything you know about the reinforcements. I do not think I can tell you any more than you already know. The reinforcements should have arrived no later than half a day ago, but instead only you appeared, and judging by your words, you were fully expecting to find them here. We are unable to find out any more. The Vox frequency of the Kaplaks is silent, even in the rare moments when we can get through the interference. Laria squeezes the Vox transmitter in her hand in irritation, as if it were the one being stubborn and refusing to answer. Where should I begin my investigation? Comb every inch of the outpost. If any of the House Kaplak people arrive here with news, but never got past the Moravian outpost, you must find out. I do not trust those soldiers. They are Astromilitarum in uniform only. I hope your search turns up something, or we will have to suspect the worst, that the Kaplaks themselves have betrayed us. I've found something at the outpost. We should discuss it. Laria nods quickly, inviting you to speak further, and gives you her complete attention. I found evidence of thermal damage characteristic of a plasma weapon. The enemy also possesses such a weapon, but its owner would have been an immediate target, and besides, there's no way he would have been allowed to reach the outpost. Curious. I found a blood trail stretching from the outpost to the balcony. A body was dragged and then dumped over the edge. The Moravians are no models of virtue. Siberian had to specifically order that the fallen sister of battle be honored and given a fitting burial. But for any other fallen, the Moravians were permitted to do away with special ceremonies. Found a ring with the Kaplaka coat of arms. A signet ring. That's not just a piece of jewelry, but a symbol of power. It is not something to be carelessly discarded. This is the most disturbing discovery of all. When the coincidences become too great, that means it is already a pattern. Laria is silent for a time, weighing the evidence in her mind once more. The sign of the Kaplaks was slain like a common servant, and inhabited in the shadow of the Von Valancius palace. We need the name of the murderer, find the culprit, and I will call you an ally. Since something akin to trust has sprung up between us, or to call things by their proper name, mutual necessity, Laria removes the signet ring with the Von Valancius coat of arms from her fingers, and holds it out to you. I imagine you know the value of such a thing. Henceforth, you may speak in my name. Be kind enough not to tarnish it. While the item is equipped by the rogue trader or their seneschal, while the two are adjacent, the seneschal will instead suffer any damage dealt to the rogue trader, except damage over time effects. Huh, that's neat. Aren't you being a tad hasty in trusting a stranger? You are a loyal vassal of House von Valancius, after all, with good references. You notice Laria frown at her own words, but the very next second her face becomes unnaturally serene. Besides, we are in no position to be casting allies aside. So where were we? This abrupt change in her is alarming. It is as if Laria is striving to make your presence fit into the current scenario, trying to make it make sense. That's all I have for now. Very well, I await your next report. You called Siberian von Valancius' father? Yes, and why is that relevant now? Her expression sharpens, her jaw muscles tensing under her skin. So this is where the von Valancius blood in the Void Fuse comes from. I'd rather not discuss the matter. If you think I have my eye on the rogue trader stone, you are mistaken. My father has done so much for me, and I'm merely repaying his loyalty in kind. How did that come about? In the usual way, a dalliance between the powerful. If you want titillating stories or sordid tales, I'm afraid I cannot oblige. Tired creases form at the corner of Laria's lips. It is not the first time she's had this conversation, it seems. That's enough about that. A sigh of relief escapes the Seneschal's lips. I wish to discuss the missing Kaplak reinforcements. I hope you do not come empty-handed. Okay, that's all I have for now. We've done that. That is everything. You may go. Okay. So I guess we, do. So we gotta go back to Furbundis. You gotta go back to the void ship. Just received with the Inquisition, Siberian von Valancius, a man who shouldn't have been dead for centuries, was executed me a moment ago. Truth was happening must be discovered. Wayward reinforcements. The forces of House Kapak were expected to come to the aid of Dargonis, yet the reinforcements never arrived. Any information concerning their fate must be found. The Kaplak sign was slain at the outpost by plasma weapon discharge. The body was disposed of by throwing it over the precipice. The guilty party must be found. Interesting.
Victory awaits.
Guess we'll make our way in. Oop, that's caps lock, not tab. Let's see what looting we can do beforehand, I suppose.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Cherub. Hail! The Moravian salutes you and stands to attention, drawing his awkward form up to his full, unimpressive height. Sergeant Jarub Volkchik, 32nd Medov at your service. Sergeant, have you observed the strange light grid in the sky or the force field at the entrance to the residence? The sergeant thinks, the strain apparent in his feverish eyes. Your question is well beyond the bounds of his understanding of reality. Begging your pardon, my lord, I'm no good at guessing games. I've no clue what force field you're talking about. Who among your fellow soldiers carries a plasma weapon? Jarub looks around before he answers, as if checking whether there are any listening ears nearby. His voice drops to almost a whisper. Captain Isamond Sarabak is the only one I know of. I heard the plasma pistol was given to him personally by the rogue trader for his loyal service to the dynasty. As you can imagine, it's an expensive piece, engraved with his initials and all. Guns like that aren't for the likes of me, or ordinary enforcers either. If I'd been given a reward like that, you can be sure I'd put it to good use. I just might improve my lot. Have you noticed anything unusual of late? Speak plainly. I'll have no demurring. In a jerking motion, the sergeant stands at attention once more. My lord, there have been no incidents in the commission of the task. With a sidelong look at the passing officers, he continues very quietly, so that only you can hear. Lady Telaisten, may the God Emperor prolong her days, I've been favoring Captain Saddleback lately. Overheard her giving him some orders, but I couldn't make out what. Tell me about the 32nd Merov. I'm no great storyteller, but if my lord insists. Jarub's expression darkens. Every one of us Moravians is guilty before the God Emperor. Terribly guilty. You washed away our wicked deeds with blood, dying for humanity. No matter how petty the offense, death for the glory of the Golden Throne awaits everyone in our regiment. He shivers, as if from a sudden chill. I must take my leave. The sergeant drops into a low bow in farewell. Interesting.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Rare combat injector.
Error. Making adjustments.
The disguised concoction froths in the flask. That doesn't sound promising. Isomond? The wounded man turns his head toward you, staring at you in disbelief out of his one good eye. The other eye is buried under clotted blood and swelling, which flanks a deep gash cut across his eyebrow and temple. His pale face with its sharp and delicate features cannot possibly be the face of a commoner. Isomond Saddleback, what do I owe the pleasure? After examining you more closely, Saddleback's eye brightens with interest. So you're the one House Kapak sent to Sabadian's aid. The scouts reported your company was destroyed on the approach to the residence. A regrettable incident. Yeah, this is a guy. So I'm trying to remember the general Saddleback accent I have, but I think it's just kind of here's just the accents I just throw on when someone has an accent. I wish I was better at accents. A regrettable incident, but nothing to worry about. The Kapaks are famous for their psychers and astropaths, so they must know you survived. New troops will be dispatched shortly. Interesting. Deptus Astra Telepathica. For 30 years. Yeah, we know this is out of date. I think I'm gonna play it safe for now. Alas, there's been no word from them. The inflamed skin on Sarback's face stretches tightly in a gleeful grin. Wrong answer, spy. Whoever you are, you're not of House Kaplak. Or else you would know that the Kaplaks have been Adeptus Mechanicus for decades. Wow, I butchered that sentence. And like, to be fair, the option, my Lore Imperium test was for 3 decades. When like, you can kind of tell this is a situation happening hundreds of years ago. So it feels very inconclusive there. It felt like a trick to me, honestly. Oh, well, this is unfortunate. I kind of want to reload a save for that, because that was kind of cheap, but... Die. A sizzling lump of plasma slams into your chest, turning the world around you into nothingness. Oh. Oh, okay, I do just die there. Well then. Okay. That's kind of just brutal, dude. Oh, stunned, you return to reality. Something inexplicable just happened, and the echoes of it are still coursing through your blood, causing your heart to clench in convulsions. Nevertheless, you are unharmed, and you once again find yourself standing at the gate of your dynasty's palace on Dargonis. There's nothing around you to indicate that what happened to you was real. Nothing but your memories. Abelard noisily inhales, as if roused from a stupor. Throne of Terra! Lord Captain, I haven't the slightest idea what just happened. We're already back inside, aren't we? The confusion on his face fades gradually, giving way to irritation. Cursed Xenos conundrum. Oh, I get it. I get it. It's not loading us from a save, it's loading us from the back of the fucking time loop. Ulfar's thunderous roar shakes the surroundings, trailing off into a low, menacing rumble. By the All-Father's steadfast hand, these Xenos think to mock us, as if they count themselves the wisest of the wise. When I lay my hands upon them, their skulls shall crack beneath my boots! How can this be? The Lady Navigator blinks in puzzlement, her lashes fluttering as she stares dazedly ahead. The Sea of Souls is placid, yet the very canvas of the Materium has disintegrated and reformed, filling up with other images. I cannot describe it. It is something strange, something other. God Emperor, fortify our courage against the delusions of the Xenos. Ignite us within and with a hate. Ignites within us a hatred strong enough to shatter their sorceries. Argenta prays without pause, shocked by what has occurred. Okay. Interesting. I'm kind of curious if that, like, we could theoretically just farm this fight for just, like, infinite XP. Honestly, I think I will wrap us up here. I know it's a bit early, but I'm just, it's hard to talk. My voice and throat is just very, like, cotton mouth, so to speak. And I've been, like, chugging my drink, and it's just not helping a ton. Reading that loud is getting a bit tiring, so I'm very sorry, friends. This is a bit of a slightly shorter stream than usual today. But I would like to thank you all very much for coming around and hanging out. If you're over on Kick, please do consider giving me a follow. They will help out a huge ton. If you missed any of the stream or any of my previous streams, I will be uploading them over to YouTube later today. If you're on YouTube, please consider giving me a like, comment, and subscribe. All that engagement stuff does help out a huge ton. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you'd like, please do consider coming over and joining us live for the live streams. I do my best to stream for about 2 hours every weekday, starting around noon EST, Eastern Standard Time. And with that said, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their days, and peace out, homies.